Would you believe me if I told you that Raj Yogas can exist and can manifest through your D9 chart, guys? That is your Navamsa chart, guys. Would you believe me if I told you that even though planets are badly placed or not well placed in your Lagna chart or Rashi chart, but if the same planet is placed in its own sign or exaltation or friendly sign in a certain angle from the moon, then during the dasha antar dasha of this particular planet, you can experience a true Raj Yoga. Alright. So, in this video, I am going to talk a little bit about Navamsa chart, what it is all about, and then we will delve into this crisp topic, that is Mahadasha of planets in the Navamsa and activation of Raj Yoga. Alright. So, before asking you to subscribe to Purabs universe, I will give you certain takes about the Navamsa chart. Alright. Now, the Navamsa chart is the fruit of the karma that you have done in your previous lifetimes. Alright. So, let's say that you are a person who has got a well placed Jupiter or Mars or Saturn or Mercury, whichever planet, well placed in the Rashi chart, that is the Lagna chart. Alright. Now, you have done some good karma in your previous lifetime, and because of which in this lifetime from the Lagna chart, you have been promised a good result due to the placement of the particular planet in the Lagna chart. Own sign, friendly sign, exaltation, conjunct with benefics. But if this same planet gets debilitated in the Navamsa chart, or it is heavily afflicted in the Navamsa chart, that means for the karmas that you have done through lifetimes, that is 84 lakh yonis, you have not done good karma in coordination or in connection with that particular planet which you are talking about. Alright. So, let us say Jupiter is exalted in the Lagna chart, but Jupiter is debilitated in the Navamsa chart and conjunct with Rahu. That means you have not done good Jupiter karma in several lifetimes. You have misguided people, you have not blessed people, or you have misused the blessings of people, God, etc., etc., etc. Alright. So, this video delves into not activation of Raj Yogas in your Lagna chart, because Lagna chart is the external building, but the foundation and the pillar is the Navamsa chart. Alright. So, if you want to assess the strength of any particular planet in your horoscope, no matter how strong it is placed in the Lagna chart, you have to look at the Navamsa chart. Now, if the Navamsa chart, the planetary placement is a little bit shaken, then that planet doesn't give you a lot of promise in this lifetime. Alright. So, now we will get into this topic quickly, and I will explain you what I am talking about, how Raj Yogas gets activated from the D9 chart. Alright. I don't know if people look at the Navamsa chart from the perspective that I am telling you, but I look at the Navamsa chart as an independent horoscope, and I see aspects, placements, conjunctions, all the things that I see in the Lagna chart, and that helps me in giving better prediction. Alright. So, if you want to know about the secret of Raj Yogas in your Navamsa chart, then first you have to subscribe to Purabs universe, guys, because only if you subscribe to Purabs universe, you are going to get access to such different content. And after watching this video in its entirety, please hit the like button if you have liked this video. If you have disliked this video, please hit the dislike button, but show me your genuine reaction. So, hey guys, what's up? I hope you guys are doing great, and I welcome you back to Purabs universe. So much of 3D effects come from my background at special times, Credit goes to Mars, Ketu, Mercury, and the credit for crows goes to Saturn, and I bow down to all these planets. So, guys, first of all, consider, there you go, Saturn. Now, consider that this horoscope belongs to an Aries ascendant, and these are the planetary placements in his horoscope. Okay. Now, you will see that I have written certain planets in blue color and I have written certain planets in red color. Okay. The planets that are placed in red color, that is the Lagna chart. Alright. And the planets that are in blue color, that is the placement of planets in the Navamsa chart. As I explain, you will be able to understand it properly. Okay. So, Aries ascendant, Sun, Saturn in the first house in Aries in the Lagna chart. Moon exalted in the second house in Taurus in the Lagna chart. Venus in Gemini in the third house in Lagna chart. Mars, Ketu in the fourth in Cancer in the Lagna chart. Jupiter in the ninth house in Sagittarius in the Lagna chart. Rahu in the 10th house in Capricorn. in the Lagna chart, and Mercury is in the 12th house in the sign of Pisces. Okay. Now this is a Vargottam Navansha because the person is a Aries ascendant, Aries rising in the Lagna chart, and the same sign is rising in the D9 chart. Okay. So because of it, we are considering, alright, this is not the actual chart of a person, I have just written it for explanation purpose. We are considering that Aries Navamsha is rising in the Lagna chart also and the Navamsha chart also. Okay. Now, the first point is that in the Lagna chart, if the planets are placed in debility or weak position or in the 6th house, 8th house and 12th house from the moon, the dasha will be bad. Okay. So, from the Lagna, if a planet is badly placed, it is not that harmful if it is placed from the moon, because the moon is the emotion and what you are experiencing. So, if you have a particular planet placed in a debilitation or in bad influence in the 6th house from moon, then your enemy problem, your court cases, health issues, competition, rival, enemy, this will increase. Alright. In the moon chart, similarly, if you have planets in the 8th house in debility or in unfriendly sign, conjunct with malefics, aspected by malefics, then you will have problems in inheritance, you will have problems with in-laws, and also you will face accidents and transformative situation, and also secret enemies will increase, hidden underlying long standing diseases will increase. Alright. So this is the experience that you will be getting, because moon is the emotional experiencer of the movie called life. Alright. So planets in 6th, 8th and 12th in the moon chart is more afflicting than the planets in 6th, 8th and 12th in the Lagna chart. Alright. But now that is not the point we are talking about. We are talking about activation of Raj Yogas in the D9 chart. Alright. Now consider that the Navamsha is also an Aries Navamsha, that is the first house or the first sign of the Navamsha chart is Aries, and you have got a moon in Aries there. Alright. And in the Navamsha chart, Saturn is placed in Libra, alright, and in the Navamsha chart, Mars is placed in the sign of Capricorn. So, in the Navamsha chart, it is an Aries Navamsha, Moon is placed in the first sign, Saturn is placed in the 7th sign, it is exalted, and Mars is placed in the 10th sign, alright. Now, if you see from the Lagna chart, alright, Moon is in the 2nd house, Saturn is in the 1st house. So, in the Chandra Kundli of the person, Saturn is debilitated in the 12th house, okay, because you just make number 2 the ascendant, keep moon in it, that becomes the Chandra Kundli, and in the Chandra Kundli, this Saturn is appearing to be debilitated in the 12th house, alright. So, the general prediction becomes that Saturn debilitated in the 12th house in the moon chart shows that whenever you will run the dasha antar dasha of Saturn, you might have hospitalization, you might have jail visits, you might have isolation, you might have pain in your feet, alright. You can also go to a foreign country and there you can have a very bad experience and suffer, alright. And all these things will be impacted because of your health or personality, because Lagna chart, Saturn in the 1st house in Aries shows a dictator and hurrying sort of an attitude, and also some health issues is indicated. And in the moon chart, Saturn is in the 12th house. So, because of your unbalanced personality, or because of your crankiness, or because of your inability to balance work, you will do something wrong, because of which you will face problems in the 12th house emotionally, alright. But in the D9 chart, you can see that moon is placed in the 1st house itself, and the same Saturn is getting exalted in a Kendra from moon, alright. Now, whenever a planet is exalted and it is placed in the Kendra, Rahu, Ketu, Sun, Moon excluded, it creates a Pancha Mahapurusha Yoga, alright. So, Pancha Mahapurusha Yoga created by Jupiter is Hamsa Yoga, Pancha Mahapurusha Yoga created by Mars is Ruchak Yoga, by Venus is Malavya Yoga, by Saturn it is Shasha Yoga, by Mercury it is Bhadra Yoga, alright. So, Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, Venus, Mercury. Venus is Malavya Yoga, right. Now, in the Navamsha chart, Saturn is placed in a Kendra from the moon and it is placed in its exaltation, alright. what does this indicate? It indicates that externally in the Lagna chart and in the moon chart, Saturn is showing suffering, expenses, losses, hospitalization, but this element is getting cancelled in the Navamsa chart, and in the Navamsa chart, the same Saturn is creating a Panch Mahapurush Yoga called Shash Yoga in the horoscope. So this person having a Saturn exalted in the Navamsa chart can have a good business, can have a good sincere dedicated life partner, can have gains from partnership, alright, can have a business of iron and steel, can be an HR or can be a manpower agent, manpower agency, alright. So whenever you are judging a Raj Yoga from your horoscope, it is not only important to see the Lagna chart, the moon chart and assess the Raj Yoga, but you have to see if there is any Raj Yoga being created in the Navamsa chart, because Navamsa chart is the fruits of your karma and is the direct manifestation and expression of the planet, alright. So similarly, let's say that Mars is debilitated in the 4th house in the Lagna chart and Mars is debilitated in the 3rd house in the moon chart, alright. So Mars debilitated in the 3rd house in the moon chart shows that the person will have bad experience with neighbors, with younger siblings, with cousins, will have problems in communication, can become an aggressive communicator and can get charged or fined for preaching false news, alright. And it can also create health problems, right, and accidents while doing short journeys, because Mars debilitated in the 3rd from moon will make you feel that this is the experience that I am getting internally, alright. But in the D9 chart, if you look, Mars is placed in Capricorn, moon is placed in Aries. So Mars is placed in a Kendra from the moon and it is creating a Panch Mahapurush Yoga called Ruchak Yoga, alright. So during the dasha antar dasha of Mars, this person will experience a great Mahadasha or a great antar dasha and will do a lot of progress. Now conventionally astrologers would look at this combination and say that, you know what, when you will have Mangal Mahadasha, that's it, you're going to have accidents, you're going to have this, that, negative. But Navamsa is the the remote control which turns on or off each and every Raj Yoga or Yoga in the horoscope, alright. So if the planet is strong in the Navamsa and also in the navansh, if it is in a Kendra from the moon, then it is a strong manifestation of a Raj Yoga, alright. So all the Panch Mahapurush Yoga or even yogas like Gajakesari Yoga, where Jupiter gets exalted in a Kendra from moon or Jupiter is conjunct with the moon, alright. And all the yogas that you see from the Lagna chart, you can check it in the Navamsa chart. And in the Navamsa chart, if a particular planet is placed in its own sign or its Mool Trikon or its exaltation and it is in a Kendra from the moon placement in the Navamsa chart itself, then that itself is a Raj Yoga which is getting manifested in your horoscope. And during the dasha antar dasha of that particular planet, whatever picture the Lagna chart and the Rashi chart is showing, but the end result would be in your favor and you will get to gain a lot of things in life. That planet will propel you towards success, alright. So this is what I wanted to tell you, and open your horoscope, open your Lagna chart, moon chart and then open your Navamsa chart, alright, and find out the placement of planets in Kendra from moon. Similarly, if the planet is also well placed in the Trikona or the 11th house from moon in the Navamsa chart, then that indicates that this particular planet has got a lot of good karma waiting for you to manifest, alright. So I hope I explained this video properly. Watch this video again and again so that you understand what I'm trying to say. This is Purabs signing off from Purabs Universe. Take care of yourself, take care of the elderly people and the stray animals around you. And also a lot of people have experienced a lot of suffering and damage because of the floods that has been happening in Tamil Nadu. My prayers for the well-being of the family and also all the entities who have been affected during this massive flood-like situation. So that's it for today. Adios, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Take care.